Georgia. You look nice.
Hey you! Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though.
Okay. Well, no grief.
What are you?
Why no grief?
There we go. Why no grief?
I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Okay. Let's do that.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
What do you think of the patients? What?
Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates, but Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them.
I don't know what any of that means. Where are your glasses going?
And they're in her hands there.
Okay.
She looks like she just can't get comfortable and she's kind of upset about it.
Okay. Something about Dekker. Solitaire. Oh, right.
I don't know.
He told you about the patients? I like the patients.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be.
Oh. You had chats?
I don't know anything about that.
Probably because I phrased it weird.
It's very interesting that you asked me that. It's not something I can answer, though.
She said the chats were mostly about her, like the patients, but maybe chats about what?
I think you might be barking up the wrong tree there.
Maybe
What?
working late. She said there's something about working late. I don't remember.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I
Maybe
mainly
something about
miss
his
our
confidence.
chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
How do you spell confidence?
Confidenc.
I don't know about that, Doctor.
Just his confidence grew.
Wait. Here's the thing. I was onto something, and then my brain stopped. Then it was gone. And then she's fixing that painting again.
I've got no idea. Sorry, Doctor. I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Hint.
We'd worked late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Patterns and patience.
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Referral letters?
Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters. He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Now we're back to tell me about Dekker.
His confidence grew.
I can't help you with that, sorry.
Ben is suing us?
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
What is a solicitor? To Google.
See, I think solicitor, and I think of like people coming to your door selling you things, like those
Right.
no solicitors allowed
No solicitors.
signs that are like on. Oh, apparently. There is a word for like a British lawyer who advises clients, represents them in the lower courts, and prepares cases. Blah blah blah.
Okay. So we're doing it.
So yeah, just try to talk it out or get a lawyer.
I think we should get a solicitor. I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all, don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it.
The cheek of it. Tell me about your grief that you don't have. Guess not. How are you today? those are different questions.
But they tend to answer hello as how
It
are
hadn't
you
even
today?
been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be.
He was a good listener.
It's a good listening.
God damn.
I think you might be barking up the wrong...
God, I
Hadn't
want to
even
fast
been a
forward through
year.
this.
He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you'd fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Told you about the patients?
What did he tell you? It might be confusing it with the patients. Maybe just what did he tell you? She probably still won't get it, but...
Sorry, Doctor.
Damn it. Okay. Time to brain.
Time to brain.
Time to brain. I never would have thought of that.
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Well, that's a good bit of information to get before we talk to Nathan.
Did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? That's how you spell okay.
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me, though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Who's Tom?
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
What was Tom's hobby?
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
Yeah, I can guess. So will she tell us what she thinks of, like, people individually?
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
Well, I guess she did in that sentence say...
Yeah, she...
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it? I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Yeah, considering he has that thing that, like...
It's like, oh, lady, wait until I tell you about the midnight hour.
Yeah. Mariana?
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like. Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here. I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. You know, here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
He resigned?
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. No, it's sad. But doctors come and go, and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. You know, I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
Alright. So now, all we got left today is
Nathan
and
Dekker's resignation letter.
great letter. It's a fantastic resignation letter.
Just to whom it may concern.
Yeah,
Please
no.
accept this letter as a notice of my intention
Yeah,
to
not
resign from my
like
position.
dear, like whatever his boss's name is, to whom it may concern.
Just like write a letter. It's like, to whom it may concern, I quit. Dekker.